Hey guys, I'm just gonna give it a minute so more people can get on. Good morning. Okay guys, a lot of you commented a bunch of questions that I had put down to answer. I love the questions, I love the support, so thank you very much. Okay, I'll add some of y'all to my live if you guys want to do that. That's cool. I don't really want to talk about certain dates about when my second daughter was born, but she's still pretty little. So if we want to go off the stem of the new baby, a lot of you asked me how it is now with 2 kids. It is not as hard as I thought it would be. Aviana is an amazing big sister. She's a lot of help. I guess when you have one, like, it doesn't matter how many babies you have. Thank you. She is so beautiful. Both my babies are perfect. I love them so much. A lot of you guys asked me little questions like what kind of diapers I use. Do I bottle feed? Do I breastfeed? My favorite brand of diapers would be Love's. I absolutely love them. They don't break the bank, but I don't like to do store brand either. I do bottle feed my daughter. I've never really had good luck with the breastfeeding, so they've also been a little jaundiced, so I definitely did the bottle feeding. I know I say a lot. I do. A lot of you guys are mentioning my weight loss journey and my workout plan. I gained a lot of weight during my pregnancy. I don't necessarily know why. I guess a lot of it was just being down and depressed and going through a lot and not working out like I used to. And it just happened. I'm not going to be ashamed of that. It's not really something I want to hide from. I know a lot of women gain weight when they're pregnant. I have lost about half of what I've gained. So right now I'm just trying to get back into working out. Loving myself is, very important to me, and I definitely do. So I love running. It's one of my favorite things. It's a huge stress reliever. I'm sorry. Well, it's good to hear I'm not the only one that's gained weight during pregnancy. My goal is to be able to run 5 miles again, currently at 2 miles, and I'm only weeks postpartum, so that's really exciting to me. Yes, okay, a lot of you guys have asked me about how the show has changed my life, my privacy, things like that. People do recognize me wherever I go. I used to be embarrassed and because of how the show turned out, but then again, I just started to embrace it. When people meet me in real life, they absolutely love me. They love my personality. I think that I wasn't able to really show that on the show too much. My funny side, my happy side, my good side. So I definitely like to put that out there a little bit more. And then somebody asked me how it changed my life, the show. Well, the show changed my life entirely. Mainly because, my family, my marriage, my relationship, all my kids, they're my life, essentially. So after that had happened, it changed my whole life. I started to lie a lot to my family and my friends about how well I was doing. I told them that everything was fine, that I was doing okay, and in reality, I just wasn't. I put a lot of Band-Aids on my pain and just kind of went through the motions of life for a while. And then I realized that I'm not helping anybody, and I'm certainly not helping myself lying about how bad it hurt me. So I will be doing another live strictly talking about what I went through, how much it hurt, the truth behind it all, because I think that a lot of women and sometimes men go through what I went through, and I think that if I can help people live an honest life and be true about how they really feel and not be embarrassed about it, I would love to do that to people. Thank you guys. I will add somebody to my live if you guys are interested. Oh, I didn't even know I was covering my face, guys. I'm sorry. I've always had this hair, so it's like always in my face. Why do I change the way I talk when I'm around my husband? That is a really good question, because to be honest, am tired of answering that question. I can't help it. When I was living in Atlanta, that's just how I talked. When I moved up here, my family always critiqued me and criticized me on how I talked. So I essentially started mimicking people in New York to talk more like them, because I kind of felt attacked a lot. So in turn, I just mimic people, and you can't help it. It's involuntary. It is natural. Thank you very much. How are things with Michael? Let me see if I can add somebody. I hope whoever I add stays positive.
Oh my gosh, hi. I'm like your biggest fan ever. I swear.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Look at mom, look who I'm live with.
Hi.
Hey girl.
How are you?
How them kids doing?
Oh my God, they're perfect. The baby is probably the best baby ever. Like, I could have 6 more if they were like her, I swear.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
How old is she now?
I don't want to necessarily comment on her exact age, but I'm sure you guys will find out soon. She's still very little.
Oh, okay.
She's still in the newborn stage.
I know that's right, girl. I loved how you handled your business. Like, that was cool of you.
I still am definitely on the teeter-totter. I definitely will say that. I definitely have my good days and have my bad days. But I think it's because I've lied about how I felt for a very long time, because I was embarrassed on just how much pain I was in. So now I definitely want to get out there and actually talk to people about how I really felt, because I think a lot of us women hide behind our emotions. So I'm definitely going to be doing that very soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy, like, I was the first one that you went live with, because, like, I was just talking to my mom. I was like, look who's live. Let's see, so.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love all the support. You guys definitely have helped me through this, for real.
You're welcome.
All right, bye.
Well, you have a good day. Bye.
You. I'm not a celebrity, so why does my daughter's age matter? I don't even want to entertain that question, actually. Are we still married? We are still legally married, which goes into my other question I would like to answer. A lot of you guys are asking me why I still use my husband's last name. So, the day that I got married, he was actually the one to push the last name, to change it on everything, which I did, which of course I wanted his last name at the time. However, that has always been my daughter's last name. It's my second daughter's last name, and I'm always going to want to be connected to them, and it has nothing to do with Michael at this point. And the day, I've been using that name for a year and a half now, so that's like my name. When people call me Simmons, I answer to it. I don't think about it, and I feel like I have the right to decide whether or not I want to change that back or not. Do I sell my underwear? No. All right, I'm going to add somebody else. I'm just randomly selecting guys, so. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Do you have any questions for me?
Not really any questions. I just kind of wanted to thank you for putting your story out there. I kind of had a similar situation with my first kid's dad, and it was embarrassing and stuff, but it gave me hope. You know, you have a lot of people hating on you, but I just wanted to let you know you have a lot of supporters too.
Thank you.
You
That really
handled
means a lot. To be
You handled
honest,
yourself
everyone that
with,
hates on me.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. A lot of the people that hate on me have almost helped me because it made me stronger to like almost handle the situation.
For sure.
I was definitely extremely embarrassed until so many people have reached out and said that they've gone through the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer embarrassed. I think I was embarrassed because of the rejection.
Yeah.
But what I have to realize is that even though he may love somebody else, there were many years that he loved me.
Yeah.
So I have to be thankful for that.
Absolutely.
Because I got my 2 babies and I have a lot of history and a lot of memories with him that I will never be able to let go of. So.
For sure. Well, thank you for sharing your story. There's a lot of us that need it.
Oh, thank you very much. That really helps me a lot. That really helps me a lot. So thank you. It makes me want to keep going. So. For
sure. You handled yourself with a lot of class. It's very admirable.
Oh, I'm sure there's times where I didn't too, but that's okay.
That's okay.
We learn. I'm young still, so I'm young. I'm a young mom. I'm still learning. I'm still trying. So thank you very much.
No problem. You have a good day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Somebody just commented that I should move on. I don't really take that comment too well, mainly because my situation, I've been with him for many years. I didn't just have children with somebody I met yesterday. I had children with somebody that I've been best friends with for years. The person that I grew up with, the person I have gone through things that I don't even think you guys would ever understand. I've been there through this man, through things that I don't think people even know he's been through. That's made us really close. And I want him and I to have a really good relationship for our children. And I know that's going to be hard to do after everything, but I will fight to the day that I die for my kids to have a good life. I don't ever want them to feel like they have to make a choice between their father and their mother. And I went through this whole situation pregnant. That was extremely difficult. My life was changing in just the sense I was having 2 children. I was hormonal. I wasn't even myself. Now that I'm not pregnant anymore, and I'm really trying to figure out where I go from here. So I'm moving on, but it's not that easy, and it's going to take time, and I am not afraid to shout that out to anybody that wants to hear it. Say hi.
Hi, Daddy.
No, Daddy's not over there. It's not FaceTime, honey. It's just people. You say hi.
Hi.
A lot of you guys have asked if I have talked to Megan without cameras. Yes. And I got extremely disrespected. So.
Mama, I can't believe no words.
How has the show changed my life? I definitely mentioned that earlier. It completely shattered my life. But one by one, I am picking everything up and I am moving forward and I'm trying to get back to me. And when I mean me, I mean the fun, the adventurous, silly Sarah. And I hope that you guys can see who I really am. I hope you guys can see how I am as a mom. I'm a lot of fun. I'm hilarious. A lot of you guys have been saying that the reason why I loved Michael or stayed with Michael is because I don't have any confidence. I have low self-esteem. That hurts because at the end of the day, the reason I was with Michael was because I was in love with him. I was in love with everything about him. And where our lives are now, I didn't picture this when I met him. I didn't know that he was going to go to prison. I didn't know that we were going to have 2 kids. I didn't know we were going to get married. I didn't know any of it. I was just along for the ride. And I remember one day, him and I sat at a picnic table, and he looked at me and he said that he's never felt like anybody has stayed in his corner. And I looked at him back, and this was about 5 years ago. And I said, I will never leave your corner. And I meant it. And I've been there for him ever since. Do I feel some type of way? I don't want to answer that. I can't really mention anything about the show. I know you guys have seen a lot of pictures of many of us filming. There will be something coming. Yes.
Papa's watching you.
He's watching me?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people are watching me. Yes. About 649 right now. You want to say hi again?
Hi, Papa.
Okay. How is my relationship with Michael's family? My relationship with Michael's family is really good. A thing that, they definitely recognize is that I'm always going to be family, and I appreciate that. They've always told me that no matter what happens, that, I still am the mother to those 2 girls, and everyone just wants the best for the kids. You can co-parent without being romantically involved with him. You absolutely can. I'm not saying that you can't. We're both grown, and that's all I'm really going to say. I love Day Day too, so shout out to Day Day. Go follow her. I will. What do I do for a living? Right now, I'm in college. I go to college for financial accounting and business. It is very difficult, especially with 2 children, but I'm still doing it. I'm very proud of myself. I also was a server. I worked in a restaurant. I made really good money, and I only worked 20 hours a week, so I could be a mom, which I absolutely loved. I was waiting to finish college to start my career. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, what my passion was. Ever since I had my daughter, things changed a lot for me. My biggest dream was to be a fitness coach and nutritionist for young adults who are in high school. When I was in high school, might be a little embarrassing, I gained a lot of weight when my mom passed when I was 12. I weighed about 312 pounds when I was in high school, and in about a year, I dropped down to 115 pounds all by myself, and I really loved it. I got bullied a lot for my weight. I went through a lot, and I would love to help other young children who are bullied and who feel like they're getting body shamed. And so if I can get there at a certain point in my life, I'd absolutely love that. That's like my biggest dream. What advice do you have for us young ladies with the same age as you being in a relationship with an inmate? Because I started being in a relationship with him now. The best advice I can give you guys for being in a relationship with somebody that's incarcerated is understand that it's a huge selfless job. You are going to be somewhat underappreciated just for the simple fact that you don't feel like you have any room or right to say anything negative about how hard it is, because the person incarcerated is obviously going through something worse. I don't feel like a lot of us speak out from the outside on how difficult it is to be there for somebody incarcerated, how lonely it is, how much time consuming it is with all the phone calls, how much money it takes. It's extremely, extremely tough job to do. And I made plenty of mistakes with Michael. I was raising his kid. I was working. I was in college. I didn't have all the time in the world that maybe Megan had or another female had. I had responsibility. I realized that I probably wasn't available enough for Michael. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, I did what I had to do to survive in order to help him when he got out. It's definitely something that you have to be strong to do. And don't you just can't break. You just can't. Do I work at the distillery in Victor? No, but that's like one of my favorite places to hang out. You guys should come see me. I know all the bartenders. I know the owner. They're great. I'm sorry. I'm looking down to read the comments. You guys can't see my face. Did I say that Megan didn't have responsibilities? I did not say that one bit. If you guys want to keep twisting what I'm saying, that's fine. I didn't say that. Do I have a little bit more responsibility than other people? Yeah. Do other people have more responsibility than me? Absolutely. I did what Sarah could do. What may be hard for me may not be hard for you guys. This is my own experience. This is my life. Somebody said that life goes on the outside when someone's incarcerated. That's true. And a lot of the times we have to realize that when somebody gets out of prison, it's almost like their last day on the outside happened yesterday. Well, it may have happened years ago. So that's really hard for the people on the outside and the people on the inside to understand. I want to have your love, and I've been following this, and I need love. Trustworthy person, woman, don't get mine. A lot of people ask if I'm dating, if I'm looking for love, things like that. I think that if Michael and I aren't together and we are going to get a divorce or whatever the situation may be, a lot of times women and men, they jump to the next relationship because it's almost easier. Like my friend says, the best way to get over somebody is under somebody, which is kind of true. But I don't want to do that. I really don't. I want to work on Sarah. I want to know where Sarah is at 25 years old. I want to know where Sarah is as a mama too. I want to know where Sarah is on her own. I don't want to keep thinking that I have to be a mom, a wife, and a student, and an employee. Like, I want Sarah back. And in order to do that, I need to just be alone. And if Michael and I are going to work through things, which I'm not saying we are, I'm not saying we're not, I'm not going to mention any of that right now because I think you guys will find out in time. Even if Michael and I were to work, him and I need to find out who we are alone. Did I have a girl or a boy? I have 2 girls. Am I afraid to be alone? Absolutely not. I'm not afraid to be alone. I was afraid to lose the one person that I loved most outside of my children, which was Michael. He was everything to me, and he still very much means a lot to me. I was head over heels in love with that man. He made me look at life differently when I met him. I met him when I was really young. I met him when I was going through a lot. He was very patient with me. He helped me grow. He helped me become stronger. He's helped me with a lot, and I will always owe that to him. He's also gave me 2 beautiful, beautiful little girls that I always respect him for. And I will never regret anything that has happened. Let's be clear. I have known Michael for going on 7 years. I did not meet him when he was incarcerated. I did not meet him as an inmate. I did not even know his history when I got with him. We were friends for probably a good 6 months before we had actually gotten together. I did not chase Michael like half you hoes be doing. I did not try to be with Michael. We never crossed that line when we were friends. We were literally like the best of friends. We had so much fun. He was constantly there for me. He cared about me. And we just got together. We just fell in love before we were even together. And it felt really natural, and it was a beautiful thing. Seven years. How much time was he incarcerated? 3 years. We had lived together many times. We have been through a lot. I was strong when I was friends with Michael, and it does seem like I, over time, have gotten weaker. Absolutely, I definitely agree with that. I know I'm strong because I get out of bed every day. I know I'm strong because I take care of my kids every day. I know I'm strong because I still am out here fighting to survive and build a life for myself, even though I'm going through a lot of pain to this day. I never said that I was the strongest female. I never said that my strength meant that I no longer care, that I no longer hurt. I am very much so still weak in some areas, and that's okay. That's okay because I've never been through this in my life, ever. And every day I feel something different. So I'm just taking it day by day. How does my family feel? That's a really good question. Like I said, guys, I've lied to my family a lot about how I feel. I definitely wasn't honest with them about how much pain I was in or that I was depressed. When I opened my mouth and I told everybody that I was struggling, that if I continued to go this way, that I was going to dig myself a really, really, really dark hole and I was going to put myself in it. I was ashamed. I was scared. So I told everybody that I knew that I was going through something. And when I mean everybody jumped up to help me, everybody jumped up to help me. So shout out to my family, shout out to my friends. Everybody's been there. They just helped me realize what's important and that I am strong. My parents, my dad is living. My mom passed when I was 12 years old, and my dad did remarry. Will I invite Michael to my live? I wouldn't care, but would I approach Megan differently? Absolutely. I wish I never approached her, to be honest with you. I feel like it was a waste of time and it was a waste of effort. And at the time, though, like, I was angry at everybody. I would have been angry at the homeless guy sleeping on the sidewalk. I couldn't trust anybody. Did we meet in New York or Michigan? We met in Atlanta, Georgia, actually. I met him at his dad's house. The first day I ever met him, we were in his driveway, and I don't know, it just went from there. I was the last to be added to the show. As far as the three of us, I don't know about the other couples, but I was definitely the last to be added to the show. I do not regret the show. I'm happy that I went through this because I don't think I would have known everything and the extent of everything if I didn't go through the show. Also, I don't even think, and I'm going to be honest, I don't even think it's so fucked up what happened that I don't think I would have believed it unless I saw it on TV. Do I know that they still talk? How am I being a dick when I am full support of the mother of my child? Okay. Apparently you guys are talking mad shit about Michael, and at the end of the day, like, I'm not angry with him. I've forgiven him. I'm not bitter towards him. Like, everything's fine. We have a lot of work to do individually. We have a lot of work to do together. It's all about the kids. Like I said, like, what you guys, I guess, don't see or realize is that there was a time where Michael and I were madly in love with each other. And if we're not, that's okay. The way he went about it wasn't perfect, but just like I've made mistakes, he's made mistakes. And at the end of the day, he's the father of my children, and I don't ever want to speak ill about him, and I hope you guys can learn not to do that as well. He does support me as the mother of his kids the best way he knows how to, and I respect him for that. I did not forgive Michael for Michael. I forgave Michael for myself. It was way too much to hold on to. And I have to move forward. I just have to. I definitely... I will say, like, to be honest, that when I married Michael, a lot of you guys say, like, why did I marry Michael? My mom, like I said, my mom passed when I was very young. So I've always kind of lived my life as if, it's short. And you guys, we all get one life to live, just one. We can't redo it. And when I thought of Michael, like, I didn't want to live my one life without him in it. I felt like if he wasn't in my life and I wasn't loving him every day, that essentially my life would have been a waste. And I felt like I was very blessed to have found the love of my life at such a young age. I felt like I was blessed to be able to be in a relationship with somebody that was everything to me, my best friend, essentially kind of like my brother too. I know it sounds weird, but he was there for me in every ways that I needed somebody to be. And I always have a special place for him. If I'm not the woman for him, I'm not that type of baby mama. I'm just not. One of my biggest regrets is that I've depended on Michael for my happiness a lot when I would go through things in my life. And what I've come to realize is that I have to depend on me for my happiness. He has to depend on him for his happiness. And I hope that, either is, no matter what we are, that we can just share our happiness together and not depend on each other so much. Just like, I want to teach my kids, like, don't depend on me, don't depend on your dad, don't depend on anybody for your happiness. You have to be happy with yourself. You just have to be. He needs to speak on a lot, especially with you defending him. I don't really think that Michael needs to do anything. He can do whatever he feels like he needs to do. I know the type of person I am. Is there a reunion show? Is there more TV? There's something. Can we go live together? Yes. You have to request me again because I lost the... If you guys think I'm weak, then that's cool. You guys can leave my Instagram. Like I said, I'm no longer going to hide behind my pain. I'm no longer going to hide behind my lies. I want to live an honest life, and I need to do that for myself, my kids, everybody. I will pick somebody to go on my live. Y'all request me. Beautifully flawed. I will go live with you if you want to, but oh crap. Guys, let me tell you a little something. You guys keep saying I'm weak. Some people are saying no, she's not. If you guys don't know how I feel or can't respect how I feel, you guys have never been in love, and that's all I'm going to say. Oh my goodness. Do you feel disrespected that he speaks to Megan? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think it's right. But just because of how she came at me, since the show, how she came at his, there's just a lot of things that I just don't like. But at the same time, like, he's a grown-ass man. He can do whatever he wants to do. And at the end of the day, what I've had to realize is that whatever he does to me, that he deals with the consequences, not me anymore. I don't know why it's not letting me add y'all to my live. It just doesn't work. You guys know what's the hardest part of letting go is that I won't have my family together. Y'all should know, because I still believe in myself and know that I'm a good person and that my family is always going to be together. That's not really why I was with Michael. The hardest part of letting go The hardest part of letting go. The hardest part of letting go would probably be letting go of all the things that we would have been able to do in life together. Letting go of my best friend, not being able to have that special bond with him anymore, knowing that he won't get to see me grow anymore, that it ends here, like that would be, that's like definitely the hardest part for me. I think it'll be hard if he gets another woman pregnant. And well, I've had that talk with him. Am I working? I just had a baby, so no. You said, I don't think there's competition between Megan and Sarah. That's just the thing, guys. I don't think that it's supposed to be a competition. If that man loved me, he would have loved me. He wouldn't let competition be a factor. There wouldn't be any problems. Like, I know I have room for growth. I know I could be better. I know I could look better. I know I could act better. I know I could talk better. I know there's a lot of things I could do better. But at the end of the day, like, I loved Michael's core. I loved his roots. And no matter what his flower shows, I'm going to love him. And I just hoped for the same thing in return. And if that's not something he's capable of, then that's on him. Why can't I add? Hold on, guys. I don't know why it's not letting me add y'all to my live anymore. Am I wearing a weave? No, this is my hair. Do you think what Michael said on the show about you was really true, or how he felt about Megan? I don't know what was true, honestly, guys. I couldn't tell you. Okay, I gotta go off and come back on. Restart. Okay, hold on.